Namaste, मेरा नाम Ivana है. Hi, my name is Ivana and today I'm reviewing the Bollywood movie Padmavat. Months ago, I watched the Padmavat or Padmavati, the way it was called back then, trailer, and I was so freaking excited because I love Deepika Padukone, seriously. Well, I was not really familiar with the name of this director, so Sanjay Leela Bhansali, but I absolutely adore all his movies, and especially with Deepika Padukone. So I was like, yeah, this is probably gonna be fun. This week I watched Padmavat. I watched the movie, not just in Hindi, but also for the first time in India in 3D. And I can honestly tell you, it looks better than 3D in the Netherlands. I actually really enjoyed watching this movie in 3D, and I can highly recommend you to choose that option if you have that choice. Go for the 3D version. So this is the first impression. They're doing some construction work outside. I hope you guys kind of don't mind. This is my first impression. And I have to agree with Benny, a subscriber I met when I was going to Kochi. This is literally the review in a couple of sentences. It's too long. It's honestly not that very impressive until the last 10 minutes. Hear me out before people get upset. I made some notes and I also sneakily filmed a couple of parts of the movie. Obviously not too many spoilers, but actually, if you don't like spoilers, you should stop watching this review right now or reaction, because I definitely have some spoilers and I want to discuss them with you. So this is kind of like more the elaborate review, apart from the short one that I just gave you. I have some questions because I watched the movie in Hindi and obviously I'm not able to understand everything, especially some crucial dialogues. You can answer all of my questions down in the comments below if you feel like it. I would be very grateful if you do that. Okay, so first I'm gonna do like a visual slash cinematography review, and then I'm gonna get into the content. Looking at the visuals, the film work was overall not what I am familiar with from this director. I feel like 80% of the movie is kind of basic, to be very honest. Even though the lighting is absolutely phenomenal, especially if you make videos like I do, and I know how hard it is to film in like, you know, dark areas. The lighting, I can tell you, is really good in this movie. If you haven't watched it yet, please pay attention to the lighting in the dark scenes because it's so good. And if you want to watch the movie again, please pay attention to that lighting because for me, it was such a feast for the eye. I was really enjoying that lighting. One thing I was also very much looking forward to seeing is how they handled like the bare belly Padmavati controversy, because from what I understood, the Rajput Ranis, the queens, they didn't dance in public, so that was one, and two, they didn't have bare bellies. And Benny also told me that they fixed Deepika's belly with CGI, and I was so looking forward to seeing how that worked out. It looked absolutely amazing, so damn kudos for them. I love the Gumar song. Ooh, Gumar, Gumar. Okay, I cannot sing, but I really liked it, and I love the dance, and that's something that I'm definitely used to from this director, and I love it. So I think that was definitely one highlight in the movie. So the ending, the last 10 minutes, is obviously the highlight of the movie, and I feel like what we're used to from this director, because the film work is magnificent, and it is beautifully stretched. Like that scene could have been, let's say, a minute. No, I love the fact that he was just stretching that scene. I was so happy about that, because it's just such a feast for the eye how that was filmed. Also, one scene that really stood out for me was like the hot coal throwing and the way that was filmed. That was so good. Like, I wouldn't have minded at all if he would have stretched that scene as well, because it looked so good. It was just such a pleasure to watch. What I understood from the movie was that Ranveer Singh, the Sultan, and the White King So the Rajput king who marries Padmavati. Hold up, wait a minute. In all my enthusiasm, I totally forgot to end this sentence. What I meant to say is that the Sultan and the Rajput king, they get into this fight, and apparently Padmavati becomes the center of this fight. Now, I already mentioned I absolutely love Deepika Padukone, and again, she was phenomenal in this movie. I genuinely get scared when that girl is angry. So in Ram Leela, the moment she gets angry, I'm like, you should not mess around with this girl. And again, in this movie, the moments when she gets angry is like, she's so good. She looks so cute. And then I said, no. What was the other movie with Priyanka Chopra? Also from the same director. I absolutely freaking love that movie. It's one of my favorites. How can I forget the name? Also there, like when she's so determined to, marry the king, she's just like, nah. And that's what I really like about her. But at the same time, I'm like, I would like to see her in a very vulnerable, messed up role. I would really, really like to see Deepika Padukone in a role like Priyanka played in Barfi. Because I feel like now we've seen like the strong female queen side of her, and she definitely pulls that off like no one else. I would like to see a different side of her. But again, she was phenomenal in this movie. Now let's talk about Ranveer Singh, because he is obviously the bad guy in this movie, the Sultan. I feel that his evilness grows so beautifully gradually during the whole movie. You can just see him getting more evil, but little by little. It is not very obvious. And also like that mad look in his eyes, it intensifies, the more the movie progresses. I've heard also from Benny and from other people that he had to go into therapy after playing the bad guy in this movie, because he felt like he was doing such evil things that it really mentally troubled him. I don't know if he ever watched like Hannibal or something, or Seven, but the things that he did in this movie are not that very evil, to be very honest. Of course, I can understand if you're a good human being and you have to get into that role of like a super, super evil person, that kind of messes with your mind. But if I look at the movie objectively, and if I compare it to, for instance, Seven or Hannibal, I'm like, honey, it's okay. You were not that evil. But yeah, both Deepika and Ranveer Singh are playing their parts really, really well. One specific ordeal that I did not understand, because that was like a Hindi conversation, obviously, is why the hell did he leave his castle to get captured? Q. Please explain to me down in the comments below, because that's such a mystery to me. And both my friend and I, because she's Dutch too, we were like, why would you do that? You were in such a strong position. Or did they run out of food or something? I don't know. That was such a mystery, and I feel like that was like such a turn in the movie, and everything went downhill from there, even though Deepika rescued him. And honestly, I feel like that rescue mission, it could have been a little bit more adventurous. It felt a little bit too easy. Do you guys feel the same? For me, it was like, what? Really? This is it? I expected like a little bit more action. But the biggest mystery of this movie for me, though, apart from the Rajput king leaving his castle, is why did the Sultan wanted Padmavat? Like, looking at the movie, not understanding a lot of Hindi, it seemed like he wanted Padmavati out of the blue. Like, how? Why? Did he ever see her? Because it didn't look like that. Did he hear stories about her, that she was so beautiful, whatever? Like, why did he suddenly want Padmavati? Let me know down in the comments below, because I was confused about that. And it seemed like at one point in the movie, the whole plot turned from, okay, the Sultan King wants to, conquer more Rajput kingdom land, to he wants Padmavati. Like, why? What happened? Kya hua? Let me know down in the comments below. A random scene that really stood out for me, and I don't know if you guys feel the same, but the moment when, the Rajput King is shot and everything, don't you just wish he had one more swing in him? Weren't you all rooting just like me, for him to do like, one more swing. That should be a song. One more swing. Seriously, like, one more swing. It didn't happen, unfortunately. Let's get into more spoilers/details of the movie. So the Sultan, Ranveer Singh, he killed like the old Sultan. What was that about? I did not understand that. Like, did he then rule like the whole, I think it's the Mughals, right? Did he then rule like the whole Mughal kingdom and that's why he killed him? I kind of didn't understand that. But he killed him and then he became like the ultimate Sultan, I guess. I also have a couple of questions about the locations, because one location looked like it was filmed in the theater of the Amsterdam temple. And one location, I'm quite sure, actually there's more scenes in that location. I'm quite sure that's Amberford, my house. Did they film in my house? Can you explain that to me? Because I'm kind of curious about that. I already told you the last 10 minutes are absolutely phenomenal. But one question that I do have is, why did it have to be fire? It seemed so painful. Like, why not just poison or something? I feel like that would have been less painful, right? You just take the poison, fall asleep, and bang. Instead of burning yourself. Maybe like it was a tradition or something? I think so. I think it was a tradition, but let me know down in the comments below. Whatever it was, it looked absolutely phenomenal. So I'm not complaining about the visuals. I was just wondering like, why? Why would you go through that pain? So yeah, overall, if you would ask me, is Padmavat worth it? Is it worth the hype? I would say yes and no. Yes, because it's definitely a good movie. No, because we have seen better movies from this director. Let's be real. So maybe that's why they created all of that drama to, you know, hype up the movie. Maybe they also felt like, oh, I made better movies in the past and this one might disappoint people, so let's just create all the drama and get all the people to the movie theaters. I don't know. Whatever it is, my overall conclusion would be definitely go watch the movie. The movie definitely could have been a little bit shorter, but at the same time, it is still a very well spent 3 hours of your life. Go watch it. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of Padmavat and if you think it was worth watching. If you like this review, put a thumbs up. If you would like to see more of my Bollywood movie reactions or trailer reactions, click that subscribe button. Also, I have another channel, Bollywood Reaction Ivy, where I should start making more trailer reactions. And of course, I make travel vlogs in India. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye.